I'm getting upgrades. You know, I'm not well. I guess I'm still a beginner. I'm working on the American class, but this is my M24. I guess it's a main battle tank. This is, I consider it like a medium tank right here, and this is what I mostly use right now. It's got a few graphics on there that I put on myself, but I do have camouflage. But this is a new tank right here. You know, it has the same emblem I put on there. Oh, look at this big old thing. It has a lot. It has more capabilities, but it's just, you know, it's so big and blocky. It's slow too. It's not real fast. And then we got this bad boy. This thing right here is a Sherman straight up. You can see that it has all this camouflage on there. The main reason for this is because this big gun right here, right? This tank is pretty decently sped up, but with this was a 150 millimeter fucking cannon, it's great for, you know, sneak attacks. Then we got this guy right here. This guy is, you know, I don't really know. I think it's not a Sherman. I mean, it kind of looks like a Sherman, but it isn't a Sherman. So this is one of my main tanks. I've had this tank for a very long time, so it's like fully upgraded. What it has going for it is it goes, let's see. Fuck. Okay, here we go, more information. Nope, don't need that. So anyway, it goes about 60 something kilometers an hour. 64 kilometers an hour, which isn't real fast. But for a tank, that's pretty decent. It's a light 30 millimeter fucking cannon on it. So you're not taking out big tanks, but as an annoyance, this thing is very annoying. And you can deliver airstrikes with it. It's one of my main, you know, annoyances. I always play this tank, and I'll always play this tank. So these are my two main tanks. You know, kind of signifying why it looks like that. But this one is still, you know, it's still trying to be improved upon. Until it's improved upon, I don't think it's going to be any real good. But this is the new tank. So I have an artillery tank. This is my artillery tank. It is also, you know, bushed up. You know, from a distance, you know, looking like that, because I'm only going to like leave that much exposed right there. It might not look like a tank from a far distance, which is what I'm hoping for. But with this fucking bitch right here, you're aiming so far away that none of the little tanks are going to see you, but a big tank might see you. If there's a modern like a modern battle tank, whether it be a Panther, a T-91, or even Abrams, they're gonna see this bastard a mile away, and they're just gonna, you know, full send a uranium shell on it and be done. This is antique, but, you know, look at it. Open, exposed, you know, turret. Yeah, that wouldn't fly today, but it's there. I do have other tanks, but as you can see, this is what I got that I'm unlocking. So I could go for this one, which is the next one. Take a look at this. It looks almost exactly the same. Pretty much exactly the same thing. But once you go down past that, right? Let's see. Yeah, this is the one right here. This is where it gets real interesting, because this is the actual vehicle that I want to get to on this one. And now I'll just stop, you know, upgrade them, because this is like the ultimate artillery piece. You park it real far away, and you just shell the shit out of something. That's all you do. You just shell the shit out of it. Nothing wrong with it. Beautiful piece of equipment. expensive piece of equipment. I think they cost $19 million each unit, something like that. Oh shit, this bitch goes real fast. 61 kilometers. This one almost keeps up that little tank I was just talking about. That little eBay tank. This thing really keeps up. But that's the stock. You know, you could upgrade it. And visibility is 95%. That's pretty insane. And here's the tank I want to unlock for, you know, my main battle tank. And this is probably going to replace one or the two. You look at it, it looks beautiful. This is a really nice tank. I don't know if it's going to be any better, but you know, compared to all the tanks I've had, they all like look Sherman-esque. But this is pretty much where it ends on this thing, and then it just goes to like straight. You know, this is a what we call it. I don't think this was a real tank. I believe this was a prototype. But you look at it, right? It looks like it would be really good. It's very low profile. So this is what I want to unlock. And hopefully it's pretty good. Because you look right here, it says 63 kilometers per hour and 77 visibility. It is really good. It costs, oh shit, that is a lot. So this right here, this is like your experience for using tanks, or like researching tanks. So you get a little bit of research out of every single battle you win or lose, and how many tanks you take out, or how many times you got hit. So, you know, affects your points. You can pay to like unlock it, but it's not gonna unlock all the way unless you have all the experience points. So regardless, you're gonna have to pay for it, and you're gonna have to unlock it eventually with experience points. And you have to unlock it with this might, but if you don't have it, you can pay for it with this. You know. Then you go down here, all the way, and this is like Abrams right here, I believe. Yeah, just like Abrams. This is what we sent to Ukraine, I believe. We sent this exact same model to Ukraine, and it's like, okay, yeah, send them the old shit. I don't care. But, yeah, look at that bastard, man. Low profile. This is basically what we think of a main battle tank. This is, you know, top of the line. Just like the Panther and the fucking British tanks and shit. The reason why I say those countries have, you know, top of the line fucking shit is because, everybody in a capitalist society, you know, it can be democratic, whether, right? But capitalist, you know, commerce. What that means is there's supply and demand. And the reason why there's demand for quality, you know, and, you know, they've proven this in mate tests, that metal quality in different countries is, you know, a serious thing. China has, I think, out of all the communist countries, I think China is up there in quality. No, wait, it was Russia. No, actually, it's in between. Like, it's either Russia or China has the best quality, but overall, it's, you know, you could take an angle grinder to a Chinese chain, a Russian chain, an American chain. You know, and these are supposed to be tempered steel and shit, you know. So you take that into accountability. You know, if it's tempered steel, like, if you go against a tempered U.S. steel, it'll take you fucking a while to cut through that shit. Now, if you do that with, like, a Chinese chain and everything, it'll just cut right through sometimes, you know, just clean right through. Like, it's not even tempered, just like, and oh shit. And you do that with the Russian chain shit, and, you know, it puts up a bit of a fight, but ultimately it goes through. So, nobody really cares about the quality, they're just pushing it through, is what I'm saying. So when you get a U.S. tank like this thing's like built to a standard. And that standard was, you know, better than your shit. And I think that's what they did. I think they did. You know, we've been using it since the 80s, 90s. Yeah, I think it was the 80s. I don't like how it has that like open lip right here, but I'm pretty sure that's just to clear this right here. I believe this is a design flaw right here on Abrams. The reason why is, you know, if you have a sloped like this, right, that looks better. It'll deflect better. Right here, you know, you can see it right in back there. It's just big enough for a rocket hit. You know, and what if a rocket hit right there, or some type of big ass ordnance? Blow the top off, I believe. But look at that fucker. That's about the only thing I can think of that's a huge design flaw in this tank. Everything else just looks right. I'm sure they're not done designing this fucking tank because it's just gonna keep on improving. I think we should just go drones. Okay, so there's the Abrams A1. What's this? T95. I mean, look at that. I don't know what's going on here. It looks like it kind of looks experimental. It looks almost like a Russian tank. How it's all, you know, like sloped up like this. Matter of fact, I wonder if the Russians stole fucking tank designs from the United States. Look at the turret. That's not an unmanned turret either. It's just like, you know, that's kind of cool. It's T95. No, I want to go this one. Let's see what you look like, baby. And okay. I mean, yeah, this doesn't look bad here. It looks interesting. I say that because it looks very modern. Damn, this bitch is fast. You know, again, you know, it has this like slope. And I'm pretty sure it has to do with the fucking engine. Because this whole turret unit back here is the engine. Assuming, like, I already assumed that it's fucking armored and shit, but when I look right here, right? Is there a way to slim that down so it's more like streamlined, more flatter? Than you just, you know, you can do with all the storage capabilities, you know. I don't know, man, I'm just ranting on about tanks. But eventually they're all gonna be fucking AI driven fucking drones. No longer people who have to be on the battlefield. Just send the fucking tanks in. And this be the quintessential Abrams. This is the first generation that they call the Abrams. And, you know, you look, still has that fucking turret like I said did. Yeah, Abrams. However, that turret looks small. Yeah, that turret looks fucking hella small. 80 kilometers an hour. God damn. Abrams is fucking fast. Yeah, the turret does get bigger. I didn't always notice that there was like, you know, what do you call it, periscopes right there. I didn't notice that before. I thought it just had like a camera or some shit. You know, something dope. Again, I always think that the United States has like the most awesome shit. Oof. I don't see a real difference in this turret. Oh, the turret got bigger. Yeah. So this would be like Desert Storm or the fucking Iraq War fucking style. So the last one would have to be the, ooh, what is that? Huh. That's a utility fucking thing. That's pretty dope. I like how they did this. Yeah, I feel like the bitch does need autoloader though. I know they say it's not as secure. Oh, I guess that this would be the final iteration. Yeah. Here it is right here. So Achilles heel right here is gonna be these. These should be, driven by like machines or operated by, a computer. Just so save like manpower and lives. So this is a 308, I believe, and that's a 50 cal. Obviously, you're not going to be using this thing as much as you're going to be using this because this thing's way more fun. And if you're going to die, you might as well die using the most awesome thing you can. In the United States military once and everything, the guy asked me, why did you want to join? I said, well, I wanted to see if I could get my hands on, like, belt fed or something and everything, and just, like, fire a couple of rounds. I mean, I didn't think I was ever going to get my hands on one anyway, so I figured, I might as well be honest with the dude. And the dude was like, he gave me a kind of a look, like, the only reason I was joining was just so I could use the equipment. And I think he thought I was thinking that it's gonna be like Disneyland, and I didn't know what the fuck I was getting into. And I was just like, I know exactly what the fuck I'm getting into. I just want to fucking, it doesn't just tickle your mind or tickle your imagination to get your hands on a tank and just totally run over something with it, or I mean, if you get into combat with it, I'm pretty sure it would go out the window immediately. But something about that big ass vehicle turns me on to it like so hard. So I have like this deep desire to have a tank just so I could ride it around town. And I don't know if you can do that with most tanks. I do know you can do it with antique tanks because they have the soft treads and shit. But I heard stories from like some people that actually ran some of those things. So my grandfather rid on the back of one of those old ass tanks, and he said the tracks would pop off or some shit like that. Oh yeah, well, I don't want to get involved in tanks like that, but you get to use somebody else's equipment. Yeah, hell yeah, I would definitely want to use this bitch and do something awesome. Definitely want to shoot it once. Which, because it's not autoloader, it wouldn't be as cool because there's a lot of manual labor in loading these bitches. Like I've seen the shells, never held a shell, but I imagine that bitch is like 75 pounds, maybe 100 pounds. You gotta slam that bitch in there every minute. I think it's like you can fire this bitch as fast as you can load it, from what I heard. If that is true, man, you can theoretically like pop off like maybe 3 rounds a minute, 3-4 rounds a minute, 3, 4, 5. If you have a well-oiled team, maybe there's like a number up there that's insane that I don't know about. Maybe like 6 rounds a minute, well-oiled team, maybe. I might be wrong, but that would be dope to see. But like autoloader, I believe that would like be like so dope. You know what's really sad about this? I don't see South Korean or North Korean on here, and like South Korea has like a pretty dope ass like artillery piece. They could shoot, what was it, 15 rounds, 15 200 millimeter rocket assisted fucking ordnance. 15 of those bitches a minute. I couldn't believe that number. Then I seen a video of them fucking flattening a mountain. And it costs like half, or yeah, like half the price of fucking Abrams. That blew my mind, because the Abrams is like a high-tech piece of equipment, and these things are pretty high-tech pieces of equipment, but they cost like half as much. I don't know if it's armor price, or I heard all sorts of stories about the armor. I heard it's a well-guarded secret by NATO, because certain NATO countries have it. Certain countries I don't think deserve to have it. Germany. But, yeah. Actually, I don't even know what the current German fucking tank looks like. And I feel bad, because I'm usually up on that shit. Well, I'm getting off. I gotta get to work later today. Ah, yeah.